Nice to see you guys again. Today's lesson, we're going to be focusing on placing mixed numbers. It could be fractions, it could be decimals, it could be also whole numbers or integers on a number line. And I'm going to be working with a mixed number today. Okay, and so maybe you guys seen this before and you don't understand. You don't understand how to put in a number line. Well, I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain this to you guys. So we're starting off with -3.5 right here. And I want us to understand this is a mixed number. A mixed number is a combination of a whole number. You guys see that 3? That big 3, that's a whole number. And the fraction of 1/2. We call mixed numbers because we're mixing them together. We're putting a whole number with a fraction. And we have to place this on the number line here. So I want us to, whenever we see a whole number, I want us to think of big skips. And whenever we see a fraction, I want us to think of little skips. And what I mean by skips, I'm sure you guys have skip counted before when you guys were maybe in first or maybe kinder, first or second grade. You guys would skip count. You would count by ones. You say 1, 2, 3, and then you would have to follow along with your finger, right? Or maybe you would skip count by twos. You say 2, 4, 6, 8, or you skip count by threes, 3, 6, 9. Well, actually, skip counting, you're skipping numbers, so one wouldn't count, but we'd be skip counting by numbers greater than 2. It would be like 4, 8, 12, or 5, 10, 15. That's what I mean by skip counting, okay? So we're gonna look at -3.5, and I want us to see or notice the very first things that we have a negative. That means that we're gonna move to the left of the number line because all of our negative numbers are to the left of the number line, and all of our positive numbers, those are to the right of our number line. So the important part here is our fraction, because our fraction is going to tell us how many equal parts are in between every single whole number. And by whole number, I mean from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, or from 2 to 3. Or looking at our -2, 0, -1, -1 to -2, -2, -3, -3, -4. So our fraction here is 1/2, right? So in our fraction, we got to look at our denominator. What's our denominator? Our denominator is 2. You guys see that number there is 2? So that means that in between every whole number, we should have 2 spaces. Now, I'm going to repeat that again. 2 spaces, not 2 lines, because sometimes I'll see students trying to put 2 lines in between each one because you see the number 2, and that means 2 spaces. So let me just show you. This is our whole number right here from 0 to 1, and we're going to divide it into 2 equal parts. You guys see? One part there. Here, look, let me show you my finger. There's that one part there, and here's the second part. Okay? And we're going to divide all of our whole numbers into 2 equal parts. Again, there's 1, 2. You guys see in between the whole numbers? Now we divide it into 2 equal parts, not 2 lines. So let's do that with every single one of these here. So I want us to understand again that we're not talking about lines, we're talking about equal parts or spaces between our whole numbers. So there's our first whole number. Let's count how many spaces we have. 1, 2. There's our whole number again. Let's count how many spaces we have. 1, 2. There's our whole number again. Let's count how many spaces we have. 1, 2. And again, we divided them by 2 because in our fraction, our denominator is 2. Now this would be 3, then we should have 3 spaces in between each whole number. If it would be 4, we should have 4 between each whole number. But for this example, we have a fraction or mixed number with a fraction that the denominator is 2. So we're going to move to the left, and we're going to do some big skips first, okay? This is -3.5. So we're going to start at 0 on our number line, and we're going to move 3 big skips, and we're talking about big skips in the whole numbers all the way to 3. So here's -1, -2, -3. So we're to represent to -3 on the number line. But it's not -3, it's -3 and 1/2. So you guys see this numerator here? This numerator is going to tell you how many little skips you're going to do. Since it is 1, that means that we're going to do a little skip now. 1. Okay? So where will we put -3.5 on the number line? It would be right here, between -3 and -4. And please use the skipping. It's going to help you, okay? Again, -3, that meant big skips. We went from 0, -1, -2, -3, and that little 1, we did one little skip. The denominator 2 told us how many equal parts there was going to be in between each whole. Yeah, since it's 2 there was 2, there was 2, there was 2, and so forth. Okay, I hope this video helped you guys. We'll see you guys next time.